Good evening, everyone. My name is Someshwar. I welcome all of you on behalf of Art of Living organization to योग वाशिष्ठ इवनिंग सेशन। नमस्ते, मैं सोमेश्वर आप सभी का आर्ट ऑफ लिविंग संस्था की तरफ से योग वाशिष्ठ के सायंकाल के सत्र में स्वागत करता हूँ। Just like every day, we'll begin this session by chanting Om 3 times. Today we are on 118th session. आज हम लोग 118वें सत्र पे यहाँ पे पूजे हो चुके हैं, and we'll be continuing with chapter number 7, that is Nirvan Prakaran Uttarradh, and there are some sub chapters. We are on sub chapter number 91 here. In this sub chapter number 91, there will be a story of Vidyadhar and Bhushund. Bhushund is a crow, and there is a dialogue that happens in between them. The same thing has been conveyed by Vaashishtha Muni to Rama and to all the people. So we'll listen to that. In this, we'll get to know about the five senses, its activities, how the five senses keep us entangled into the outward tendencies of that, and how do one can exercise the self-control. That is a very, very important step. Rather that is the first step in the spirituality, is what one need to start walking on. So we'll look into those aspects in detail, and we'll have a discussion also in time. But for the time being, once again, I would like to welcome all our participants, Zoom participants, all our YouTube viewers, and all our Facebook viewers to this session. Let's all close our eyes, sit comfortably, आराम से बैठ जाए. And let's bring back our attention to our breath. Take a normal breath in and let go. Take a deep breath in and exhale completely. Breathe in for the Omkar chanting. Let's invoke the Guru Shakti within. Guru का आवाहन कर लें. आवाहनम पुनः पुनः सच्चिदानंद रूपोऽहम् Let's express our gratitude towards the Guru. Guru Vandana kar le. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Let us pray to the Master, whatever the words that come out of this mouth, whatever the activities that are happening, whatever the thoughts that hover onto this mind, and the power of discrimination arise in our intellect, the impressions that might be getting created on the memory if you are allowing them to happen. And if still there is an iota of that I, me, let all that be inspired by the Master alone. Pray like this. Walking on the path of this liberation, if you have already experienced that there is nothing that can bind you, you are free already. Then this remaining life, let that be inspired by the Master. Feel the presence of the Master within and outside. Slowly and gradually, you may open your eyes. धीरे धीरे अपनी प्यारी सी आंखें खोल सकते हो. Jai Gurudev. Let's continue with our session. We are on subchapter number 91 today. That is the dialogue between the Vidyadhar and Bhushund. We'll look at who is Bhushund, who is Vidyadhar. So all that will come. So Vaashishtha Muni started addressing to Rama. He says that, hey Rama, so if you look at this mind and its outward going tendencies towards the external objects, people, situation, and the temporary joy that it derives out of it, this is the Swabhava. This is the nature of your Indriyas, your five senses. That is what their work is. That is what their Swabhava is. That is what they keep on doing. They keep on doing, going outward. So there are two aspects here. Let's understand those two aspects. So first of all, let us look at which are all the Indriyas that we are talking about, which are all the five senses that we are talking about. So we have a mouth, so we have a tongue over there, and we have a sense of taste. So that's the first. Then we have nose, through which we can smell, the sense of smell. Second, then we have eyes, through which we look at this external scenery or the scene, drishya, the object, people, situation, etc., the nature, etc. The scene, scenery, whatever we see at. The drishya is what we can call. So that is third. The fourth one is the listening, the ears, the sound, that is what we listen. And the fifth one is the skin, or the sense of touch. So sense of touch, sense of hearing, sense of vision, sense of smell, and the sense of taste. These are all your five senses. And then the ability to sense the environment, sense everything through that sensory mechanism. That is, if we look at it from the perspective of the medical science, So that sensory information that is there, that through everywhere on your body, you have the receptors. And those receptors keep taking the information. That information is passed through your autonomous nervous system to your brain, where it processes that using your brain, which is just a combination of different neurons and the neural network. So once that information is processed over there, it will respond with something, some response will come, and then that response will be expressed again through your motor systems. The autonomous nervous system, it will come back, and then that expression will come through your either 5 senses or through the entire body. So that is how this entire mechanism of the 5 senses from the perspective of medical science works. Now, does these 5 senses really are the doer here, or if they are not a doer, it appears though, yes, my eyes says everything, my the tongue which is test, is that really then when the anesthesia is given, where does that test goes? Recently, I took my son to a dentist. So that point at time, that tooth extraction was there, and then the anesthesia was given. Then the tooth was extracted, and in front of his eyes, it all happened. Where that pain was, where that sense of touch gone. So what is it? Is it that these 5 senses are the real experiencer here, or there is something else which is getting it done through them, or experiencing the external world or even the internal world through those 5 senses? What is that? So that is where it comes the mana. That is where it comes the chitta. So it is that chitta, it is that mana which is taking you a journey to the external world. That process, if we understand, then we really understand why it has been said that this is the swabhava of your indriya. So it is real swabhava of your chitta to go through the senses and experience the external, because it has created a false notion that the smriti, that all these things, your buddhi, your intellect, your smriti, your memory, your mind, your man, and your aham, this is all come together, is formed as chitta. This one together is called chitta. Usually chitta is also used for your smriti and mind combined together, chitta. So you say the impressions are getting created on your chitta. What does that mean? Memory and mind. So like that. So when this chitta is real doer here who gets its work done through the 5 senses, so it is the swabhava of the chitta to go into this, get attracted towards all these things, and then get entangled into it because of the false notion that is created. How does our memory learns that, okay, something happened, it was pleasurable activity, so we thought the pleasure is there in that. Okay, someone came near and dear, loved one, beloved one came to you, you happened to hug them, and then something happened within you and you felt very good. What is the brain have learned? Oh, it is because of that person that anand, that thing have dawned in me. Where it has dawned? It has dawned here. But what we are thinking, all the credit or everything is given to that, and that is what is your brain learn. So what will brain will do? It will again and again go and try to do that, because it thinks, oh, there is a pleasure, there is a pleasure, there is a pleasure which is coming from outside to me. On the contrary, when the same pleasure, the same Vyakti, Paristhiti, the same object, people and situation they are not there, then you experience the other opposite. That is the sorrow. You say, oh, they are not there. How will I derive my pleasure? What will I do? usually the youths, when they go through the breakup, they experience this. What will I do? How will I live my life? How can I live my life? As if something have taken out of their body, something have taken out of their heart. मेरे दिल का हिस्सा खो गया बोलते हैं. Something is broken, something is taken away from me. What is it that is taken away from you? Everything is there with you. It's just that it's your feeling that something is taken away from you. If whatever it was taken away, it was anyway not your, somebody else's, somebody else's body, somebody else's object, something else. You thought that it is yours, and now it is not there. You think that something has gone away from me, something has been taken away from me, and you cry. Shock, you get into the thing of crying, feeling of something is gone, that feeling. So this is the real swabhava of the chitta, which makes your 5 senses to do its activities of always going towards outward world, towards that outward experience. So that is the first step in your spirituality. So whenever you start walking on this path, seeking this journey, wanting to know who you are, seek the knowledge, the real knowledge. Then the first thing is what comes to you as an obstacle. What comes to you is this. And that is what the first study, that is what the first thing that one has to do is to really win over this nature, win over this nature of your chitta, win over this outward going tendencies of your 5 senses. And that is what is exactly is called as self-control in English, self-control. And that is what is, according to Yog Vaashishtha, is the first moksha dwar, first gatekeeper of your moksha, of your liberation. If you want to free, make first yourself free from these 5 senses and its outward going tendencies. Self-control, exercise that self-control. Okay, fine. Now, what is it that it's continued, that when you start walking on this path, it is said that the one who is not practiced this, even if there are shastras, even if they go through the shastras, even if there is a guru, Sadguru is there, guru is giving the upadesha, because you have not exercised this self-control, those knowledge, that words does not become your own experience, because this becomes an obstacle for you. So if you look at that, there is a white cloth, and if somebody comes and sprinkle a color on that, automatically it will absorb that color and it will become like that. So the one who has practiced this, the one who is got into this, that viveka, that power of discrimination that has dawned, we'll look into it, what is mean by viveka in detail. So when that power has dawned, then for such a shuddha chitta, that whatever is being told by the shastras, whatever is being said by the shastras, the knowledge, and the guru vachanas, the knowledge given by the master, immediately that will become an experience. Immediately that will become their own experience, because that purity is there. That purity has completely established. So why our practices, why we have to do all our practices, is just to get this purity comes, so that when master speaks, or even doesn't he speaks, just that experience, just his glance, that thing can really make you get what you want to get. That is what it is. So continuing that alpa upadesha of shastra and master also we will be able to establish here. But for the people whose mind is going here and where, it is not stable, for them, the way the pearls, if you try to attach the pearls to the mirror, will they get attached? No, they will fall down. Like that, all these things, that knowledge is upholding that knowledge, beholding that knowledge, doesn't seem to be very easy for the people whose mind is not stable, whose chitta is not stable, and it is continuously going in, entangled into the outward tendencies of your being. So it is like that. Then he says that to explain this further, there is this Puratana, there is this story which is there in the history. And in the east side, in the Meru Parvat, there was this Kalparuksha, and in that Kalparuksha, that Vruksha's thing, there was a space created, the nest kind of thing was created, and there used to be this Bhushund. There is this crow whose name is Bhushund. He used to stay over there, and once upon a time we have seen that the dialogue between the Kak Bhushundu and the Vaashishtha Muni, it came earlier. So now he is giving a reference to that. Once upon a time, I have went to this Kak Bhushundu, and there was some dialogue that were going on, and he told me something. So let us go and hear that. So I asked that Kak Bhushundu that, have you ever seen, because Kak Bhushundu himself was Chiranjeevi, immortal. No? He did not have death. He is free from the birth and death life cycle, vicious life cycle. So he is he is a Chiranjeevi. So he said that, okay, you are Atmagyani, you know the knowledge, you are there, and you are there Chiranjeevi. But have you come across anyone who is Dirghayushi, means he has lived for longer time, and yet he did not get the knowledge? Have you seen anybody? Do you remember something like that? So that is where the Kak Bhushunda says to Vaashishtha Muni, hey Rishi, that Purvi, once upon a time, there was this Anatadmya, the one who has not yet understood the Atma, that Jnana, that knowledge of Atman, that he was again and again becoming, he was expressing, he was crying, and he was again, he was becoming very sorrowful in a shoka, and his name was Vidyadhar. So all this thing happened just because purely that his indriyas, his five senses was not in his control. So because of that, not having exercising the self-control, he's always used to repent, regret, and this life, and then always get into the activities where the mind is completely agitated, and then it is not stable, and it will go here and there. Because of that, he was not experiencing peace of mind. That Vishranti, that rest, that peace of mind, he was not able to experience that. But as he was a Vidyadhar, he was a knowledgeable guy. So because of all the other activities that he using the yoga vyasa, using the different tapashcharya, tapa, austerity, you following the yama niyamas, etc., etc. He has maintained his body well. The body wise, he was very thin and lean, and he was well through that. But because he wanted to go ahead and not die, he wanted to go, he has to follow all the sarachana, his achar and his routine also was good. So because of that, his Aisha, his life wasn't become weak. So he continued to do like this. He continued to be there for the 4 kalpas. 4 kalpas means 1 kalpa constitute 4 yugas. So he survived the 16 such yugas, so many years he survived. But at the end of that 4th kalpa, that thing, that because of the activities that he was doing, that viveka, that dawned in him. And then he started thinking that all this point of time, he started thinking to himself, he was contemplating that to himself, that all this point of time, I have been doing all this thing, going through this, all these things, that I really do not want this jara. This jara means the old age. Again and again, dying and coming back, and then in this vicious life cycle of death and life cycle, it is there. That I have heard about it, that I have read about it. We say it, this is what we should not do. But really, I am not able to understand it, what that it means. In this prapancha, in this sansara, in this world, how one can really achieve that thing is really, I do not understand. I really don't know how one can get that peace of mind. If you see, look at this body, there are this pancha prana. We know there are pancha prana, the prana, apana, vyana, samana, and udana. These are the pancha prana. Then there are these 10 indriyas. So we see 5 jnanendriya, the 5 senses which experience the body, and the 5 karmendriya, the 5 senses which do the actions. So there's 10 plus the 5, 15 plus you have your buddhi, you have your mind, your intellect, your mind, and this sthula deha. It constitutes altogether 18 such matters, 18 such things, that using that I have been carrying this from so much of time. I really feel bored now. That fatigue has come to me, and then all that love I used to think, the living life in this sansara, that love is completely diminished, and now I am really feeling that something that is there which will really take me out. And to know the answer for this Vidyadhar happens to go to Bhushund, and then the dialogue is happening between them, and that is where he the Bhushund to do all the welcome and everything. After that, this Vidyadhar now started expressing himself in front of Bhushund. This has happened, and he is telling this to Vaashishtha Muni. Vaashishtha Muni is telling this has happened like this to the Rama in the court. So that is how the chronological order that is going. So here the Vidyadhar now addresses the Bhushund. He says that, look at that, hey Mahabhaga, hey gentleman, look at this Indriyas, look at these five senses, no? And then that Ashraya Buddha, the one who is really actually invoking them and getting it done, is that Chitta, that Mana. That have really, I'm really fed up, you know. I have really suffered because of that. How much I tell you about all these things and its activities, that will be little, but this has really taken over me, and really this, even within no matter of time, this Indriya and this five senses and the Chitta, it gets into that activity. Even they are more dangerous than the weapons. So, the one which can go and it can do that attack on that object or enemy, like that only these pravrutti, these tendencies of these senses going on with it, it's even quicker than that. Then if you look at from all the perspective, despite of that, it has been said in the Shastras multiple times. I have gone to read things. What is it that one need to eat? What is it that one should not eat? What is that is suitable according to Ayurveda? Ayurveda means the knowledge of life according to your own kapha, vata, pitta, all that is been said according to your body type, what you are supposed to eat, what you are not supposed to eat, at what time you should eat, all such things, what is it that one should not eat, all these things, if you see all this discipline that has been told, but this sense of taste, despite of your stomach is full and something comes out of you, something which you really rejoice, you like, you relish, and then you happen to lose your control and you take that and start eating. Maryada, all the discipline, all the Maryada, all the boundaries you break and you go and eat, continue to eat. And then what happens the next day? Your stomach will ache, the loose motion and all that will happen, and you will go through the pain. But again, next time you forget that experience, again something comes in front of you, you eat, keep on eating. This has become a disease. There is a disease called bulimia. People can't stop eating. Their stomach is full, and they will go and vomit, but then again they will eat. Such is that sense. So look at me, how it has actually taken me. It has made me like a pashu. There is as if there is nothing else to do in my life. Eating, keep eating, all these things. So if we look at it at max, if I look at this at max, what will happen? That the Sarva Shaktiman Prani, that is element, and then there is the one who is intelligent, that is the fox. So at the end, what will happen? Probably I'll take the one of the yonis. I'll get into these forms and state. This is what my karma is. Look at me, what I am doing. Then he says that just like if you go to the summer and one cannot really bear that sunlight, like that the sense of your touch, that the moment, that thing, I am not really able to control that. The moment that something happens, something appears in front of you, and then you lose your control, and then you get entangled into the pleasure that one can get out of that sense of touch, sparsha sukh, sense of touch, one get incredibly that. Then just like it happens, just like that deer which is running after to eat something, and then it doesn't know what it is getting into, and ultimately it will fall into the trap set by the hunter. Exactly like that, this is what happens to me, and then I'm not able to control my sense of touch, and then I happen to do whatever I do not want to do. Same thing goes true with by listening, that whatever the words that I am listening to this ear, the sense of hearing, I would like to continue to listen to that, something which is very good, something which is very soothing. I really want to continue to that. The which that it puts me into a lot of trouble sometimes even, but still it continues to the same thing. The same thing goes through with the vision. The same thing goes through with the smell. So he continues to addresses all the things. And then he says, look at me. I really have a knowledge. I know this money, mantra, rasayana, these so many sampattis that because of my deeds, I have achieved all the sampattis. I'm using that. Because of that only, look at me, I'm not dying. No? Because that I am able to maintain that all these things. But despite of that, despite of having all this wealth in my life, I am really not able to get over the apamana, that insult, that irsha, that jealousy, and then all these other things, all the vikaras, kama, krodha, lobha, madha, moha, matsara, the greed, the entanglement, that pride, I'm not really able to make myself free from this. And because of that only, because of this, all these raga, dveshadi, I'm getting into the mansik, the psychosomatic diseases, not able to sleep, not able to experience the peace of mind. Many people go through this insomnia. This is a disease that people are not able to sleep at night, sleepless nights, insomnia. So I am getting into this, and because of that thing, I'm really now becoming aware about this. Because of that, this is the reason behind his thing, because he is not a self-aware. And then I go through all the shokas, the khas, that deenata, that deena bhav, that helplessness, I'm really feeling that. And it is because that I'm not self-realized yet. I do not know what that is, and not am able to put a self-control on all these Indias. So, hey Vidvana is asking Bhushunda that, hey Vidvana, you are the real knowledgeable person, and you really know. Now you kindly tell me that how does one can be like that lotus on which even if a drop of water gets on that and it just flush away. How do I become that nirmal, that's pure, like a lotus, where all the other things does not get caught up into the dukkha or into the fear. So then if you look at me, I am the dirghayushi. I have so much of a long life here. And then in this long life, what is the use of that? Ultimately, I am suffering. Even if that suffering is there, and if I have to suffer, I have to suffer now for more time, because I really don't know the truth. What is the thing that will put me into the peace of mind? So because of that, then look at it. Even if you look at the other people who are in the other yonis, such as there are gods, or there are other people, like that, if you see there is a Deva, Yaksha, Vidyadhar, different yonis, and then again and again they keep on doing birth and life. They are stuck into that, and they again get into the sukha and dukkha, this happiness and sorrow, this slapship. So millions of times I have experienced this thing, same thing, since experiencing that sense of taste, experiencing that sense of touch, and going through all these things. But going through in this, that in this are really just like there is a group of kids over there, and how the one who is a weaker one, how the other kids take an advantage of that. Like that, of me who is weak, these five senses have really taken advantage of that, and it's continued to do what it wants to do and put me into trouble. This is what it is happening over again and again. I have done this n number of times. I'm again going through this, but this desert of this ignorance doesn't happen to end. And again and again, just like that, deer which gets trapped into the trap set by the hunter. Again and again I get caught up into this, and this puna again and again, this mind which gets into it and trapped into this chanchalta, this acting, going into past and future and doing all these things, that I am really felt. And this, because of this, all the human beings, they are trapped in this, and they kill themselves and they take birth and they kill them. So it is like that if you see it from the perspective of really a sadhu. No, if you look at it from the Tattvaveda perspective, that thing, the real thing, hey Bhushunda, that despite of staying here for such a long period, no, experiencing the, now he says that experiencing that Sri Upabhoga, that even winning over your enemies. What is it that I have really achieved in my life? Not able to sit, not able to sleep, not able to experience the peace of mind. So all this anubhava, all that experience of that long life, have it really yielded anything for me if I do not have a self-realization? This is nothing. Look at me, nothing. So what is the use of that? Like that, if you see that there was this Hiranyakashipu, that he did not have any death, that no one can kill him with his any weapons, no one can kill him outside, inside. He almost asked for immortality. Despite of that, just because of his ahankara, within no matter of time, the Lord Vishnu came into existence, and then Narsiha Avatar is finished. If you look at many such big things or big peoples, in a no matter of time, they just diminished from here. Huh? So what is the use of all these things that are, now he is going towards that thing. Now so he is now expressing himself, because now he has really get that Viveka has dawned in him, and he is now really able to see what is permanent in nature, what is not permanent in nature, what is it that the real happiness is going towards, wanting that now, and the temporary pleasure, he is now getting away from this, that discrimination like this Viveka has dawned. And because of that, now he started asking such questions. So he say that all the things, these five senses, this mind, this prana, all this sanyama that is been practiced here, about these things. But if we are not really able to control this Bhayankar Roga, is called this the biggest disease of Vishaya Bhoga, means the outward going tendencies of this mind, then what is it worth? Even if you go to all the pilgrimage, Tirtha Yatra, do this puja, do that, do this mantra, nothing is really helping me. No, I'm really feeling virakti from this, really. And that's the reason I have come and I bow down to you. I surrender to you. No, Sharana, I bow down to you. Now kindly tell me that what is it that Niratishaya, Ananda Rupa, Sarvottam, what is it that exalted state? What is that bliss? What is it that is there, which is the one which is Sarvottam, Ayas Ritno, which does not, we cannot destroy that thing once there in your life, that nobody can take it from you and nobody can destroy it. What is it that? No, and it doesn't get entangled, it doesn't get dushit, no, it doesn't get with all those vikaras, with all the other 6 ripus, that kama, krodha, lobha, mad, matsara, it doesn't get entangled into all such things. What is it that? No, kindly tell me. All the Prasiddha Tattvadhyata, they say about it, but really by just being with people, being with Sant like saints like you, they really, that shoka, that sorrow will diminish. I have heard like this from all the Tattva 9. Because of that, I have come to you. Kindly guide me. What is it that? So this is where the Bhushundu is now started guiding him, that what is it really you need to do. So that is where he said that he Brahmanishta Vaashishtha is telling this to Vaashishtha. So he says, hey Brahmanishta Vaashishtha, like this, when the Vidyadhar, he has really felt very bad. No, so he felt really bad, that Vidyadhar, about himself. So he said that in such a state, feeling very low, that low prana shakti, feeling very low. He has expressed to me like this. And after that, I have given him the answer. Let me share that thing with you also. So he said now, Kaka Bhushund is now said that this is what I told him, the Vidyadhar. He said this Vidyadhar Treshta, this is really external. Now you have come to this point. It means you are that viveka, that power of discrimination have arise in you. No? So what is the power of discrimination? Viveka. What is viveka? So if you go and do the advanced course of art of living, you will get to know what viveka is in detail from the master. No? So definitely do attend an advanced course with master to listen to what viveka is from the direct source, from the master. So what is the viveka? Something which is permanent in nature and you think that it is impermanent. Something which is not permanent in nature, you think it is permanent. No? Then you think that something which is not real in nature, you think it is real. And you think something which is real in nature, you think it's not real. Not having an ability to see the things as they are. That is the lack of viveka. Once that dawns, and when you start seeing real as real, unreal as unreal, when you start seeing permanent as permanent and non-permanent as non, then it says that your viveka has dawned. Your power of discrimination have arisen in you, which will really, really help you to attain the mukti moksha or to peace of mind, whatever you want to say. So he says that really now it is really, it's a good thing. No? So that's viveka have arisen in you, and definitely now it will help you. This viveka will help you how you can get rid of this sukha dukkha, this vicious life cycle of this. This is really sugar. That intensity I can really feel in your talk when you are speaking about it and you are asking me something. I could really see that intensity of that thing that you really want to get over this. No? So if then you go to the next step now. This intensity is really good. Now you can really get over to the next step very easily because of this viveka. There is a purity that has arisen in you. And then because of that, whatever the upadesha, whatever the things that I will share now with you, you'll be able to really grasp that. It will become your experience like this. It is very obvious. It has been said. Now let me tell you, whatever I tell you now, you don't get into the other thing. No? You just go and accept that whatever I'm telling you, you accept that with a playful listening. So we say in the Art of Living course, how to listen. No? Not that one, you know everything and then you listen, then you will not learn anything. Then asking so many questions, don't listen it that also. No? It is not bad idea to ask question. Asking question just for the sake of it. No? Or to show off your knowledge. Don't listen like that. No, listen how? Very playful listening with full honor and respect towards the thing. Listen like that, whatever I'm sharing with you. And then whatever you have been now searching for that for such a long time, that thing, Avastha, just now leave that behind. Forget about it. Nishankapane, that without having any doubt, and then accept it also. You sweetheart. Like that, you do it. Now, whatever you think that in your heart or in your things, something which you feel that something is different there. And then inside, if you see it is from the inside, it is that ahankara, that ego, that, and in the outward drishya, whatever you experience that thing, that all that is not what you are. That is not what you are. First, take this stand that I see this is not what I am. Okay, I experience this, I am not that. I am not that. No? So that thing, whatever you experience, that first thing you see that it is not that what I am. Then other than that, if you see at your ego, that body, etc., all these things, other than that, there is only one thing that in this, all these things, there is only one thing, is that Atma, and I want to get there. I want to really achieve that. If you think like this, that you will get an Atma or yourself in some of these things, this buddhi, this ahankara, or any external object, people, situation, or somewhere there in the Swarga Loka, heaven. He says that even if you search for like this, so many years, you are not going to get that. That is not, then you will not get that. Then why? Because in this drishya, in this thing that jani that is happening with you, that Atma Bodha and the Vismruti of that is because of that Abodha. No? That Abodha that is done in you, that you really first drop that. So once that is dropped, whatever will remain, it will automatically will come to know what that is. But in this form of all this drishya, all this scenery, is that Sakshi, that just ultimate observer, that Atma is really, you need to know that what that is. Then it is not there in the antarik or the bahya, the external or inward. That scenery is there, whatever we see, it is not there. It is not that. It is not the five senses. It is not the five senses tendencies to go outward, that Vishaya. It is not even that also. No? Then this Jagat, this world, that is not what you are. No? That is not what I am. No? You start thinking like this. No? That I am not this, I am not this. No? No, neti, that principle. You start doing and make a firm nishaya, make a firm commitment, and have a belief in this and continue to do. Then the Shubha, Ashubha. Something is good, something is bad. Something is happiness, something is dukkha. Something is raga, something is dvesha. Something is shoka, something is moha, entanglement. All these dvandva, this duality, those duality will not be there. Then you will remain. What will remain? That will is just the Shiva Swarupa. You will become the Shiva. And then that Parama Kalyan Swarup, Brahma Bhavana. That is what will remain. And you will become like that. That is what will remain. And you will attain that state. You will become like that. Then he says that if you look at the ignorance, what is that ignorance is? What is that ignorance? That is thing, if you look at it from the perspective of, it is something like that if you fall asleep, then in that sleep, the roots, the raga, dvesha, kama, krodha, sukha, dukkha, sanskara, that is there in the bija form. And in the Jagruta Avastha, what you do, that thing that is there in the bija avastha, you express that thing in the Jagruta and Swapna Avastha, you experience that either inside or you're outside. Again, it will create the bija in your Sushupti Avastha. So this is conduct. So all these three things, Jagruta, Swapna and Sushupti Avastha, what is this? There is a Karya Karan Bhav involved. There is a cause and effect involved. So if this happens, this will happen. This happens, this will happen. This cause and effect is involved in that. But instead of getting into whether the beej, that sources has come first, or the vriksha, because the vriksha creates, the tree creates the seeds, the seed creates the. So there is no logical explanation that can be given for this. There is no such explanation. Just know that they are paraspara sapeksha, they are very relative to each other. You think like this. So if you see that there is a ghee which is in liquid form, and then there is a ghee which is in a solid form. No, once it comes to winter, it will get solidified, and if you give it a heat, it will become liquid. So how in that both the state it is only ghee. No? So you see in all such things there is only that param thing. No? So like this, you think in all the vyakta and avyakta, something which is expressed and something which is not expressible. In that both thing, or in Jagrut and Swapna and Sushupti, in all these things, you really look at it this as an ignorance. This is the real ignorance. This is where that we say that Viveka is there. So that Agyan, not having that power of discrimination, that Viveka, what is there, that is because of that ignorance. This is what is ignorance. So you really think all these things, that is an ignorance. Then in this avastha, whatever that appears as a Bhasman, that's something which you experience, that is something which you can express, that is called as Sat. And something which it is there in the form of bija and it is not able to express, that is called as Asat. But the one which you are is beyond this Sat, the one which is Vyakta, expressed, and the one is Asat, the one which is not expressed. Now, Vyakta and Avyakta, in both the form, you are not there. No? This is just a mithya. This is just an illusion. This is what you think. This is what you understand. Then, in the different forms also it is that this is what is that it appears that bhas, that brahma that comes into picture, that thing, that vichara also leave that behind. And in every form also you see that there is only that Brahman, that only that light is there. So if you see something like an gata, something, there is a pot, and then that pot, and then there is a prakasha. So do you really get into that gata pratibhasa, means that thing, illumination of that pot there? No, these are just words that you are using, that even the meaning of that and the abhasa of that thing, that both are abhava in the atma, both are not there. No, that thing doesn't exist over there. So like this, you continue to do practice of this, that in this jiva bhava, in this shagat, this drishya jagat, that jani, that awareness, that abhava is there. That is what reality is not. It doesn't seems to be there. No, because of that, this both the kalpanas, both the imagination that you do around this, you drop that abhava is there. Then once you do that, automatically this world and its abhava, that, and beyond that, that sadhasapeksha, that Brahma, that thing, because of that you are not able to experience that. Then that in this Eka Swarupa, that bhava, that abhava or having a bhava, that Brahma, that is there, and then you will really be able to see that. So if you start looking and get rid of that aham bhavana, no, that I am separate something, that thing, that janiv is there, because of that only in that Veshti and Samashti, individual consciousness and the supreme consciousness, everything is that Brahmanda in that Vriksha. It is the beach, that's the root cause of creation of all this thing, universe that appears to me, is that I am separate than something else. That feeling of aham, that is thing, and that is the real mood, that is the root of this samsara. So if you look at the samashti, that aham root, and if you look at the sansara vriksha, this thing, right from the patala, all this at the center, and all the direction, and even the antariksha, the entire space that has been occupied with all these things, what is there, what is created is pure because of only and only that ahankara, only and only that aham that is there. It is because of that only it is start spreading like this. What really you need to do, that if you really need to do, you need to drop this aham. This aham is there. This, because of that, it is something separate. That vastu, it's not anything. It's just something feeling of separateness from the what which is that, and really need to drop that. So if you look at people call knowledge, what is it that knowledge is? Gyan. What is it that knowledge that people call? This is what the knowledge is. That this is that aham, that ego is the root of this prapancha, this samsara, this world. This is the real knowledge. And then once this understanding is established, when this knowledge is done, automatically this beach, that aham will destroy itself. Then this me and this I and all this all the padarthas, jagat padarthas, mean all the universe, that thing that appears in front of you into different forms, that I and the scene, that dvaita bhav, that duality will be there, that leaving that behind, that sapeksha, that I am, that one, and then that ekatattva, that bhava also will not remain. That will also not. And when this will all be possible, it will be possible when the viveka dawns. So you hold on to that viveka. Hey Vidyadhara, like this, once the Guru Acharas comes to tell, they do the upadesh to you accept that using all your shakti, yukti, and then you focus on that one tattva that is there. That is the viveka. That viveka you adopt in your life, and then hey Vidyadhara, if you drop that aviveka, that dropping that aviveka, and get into the pavitra, that pure viveka drishti, then automatically the other chanchalta, the other outward being activities of your mind, all these things will automatically drop off. You will not get hallucination, that Brahma, that will not be there, and then you will not go towards all these five senses and activities. That self-control is what you wanted to achieve. You will really be able to experience that. You will be able to exercise that self-control in your life. No? So you do the anusandhana. You really do the thing of that. This is what that chidagana. That is what is there. No, everywhere it is that thing. Chaitanya is there. And then if that Chaitanya is not there, that awareness is not there in all this Chaitanya, this world that appears here, then it really cannot even experience that. It is purely because that Chaitanya is there, we are able to experience that. No? So like you get into these things. No? Like that same Vayu, that same air, which can put the fire on and which can also put the fire off also. It is the same Vayu which gives that thing. It's exactly in the same manner. It is that Chetan, it is that consciousness, that Atman that is there, that is the cause of this. No? So he says that if in the both, this Vritti Rup Chetana and Jada Rup Achetana, in that the real cause of that the thing is that Chit. No? That is what you said. And in bracket it says that even this is an arrow on the Chaitanya. In reality, Chaitanya is not cause of anything. That's in bracket. So his Vidyadhara, like this drishya, this all the outgoing things, if you really think that this drishya itself is that aham, no, I'm not, I'm this, no, this is there, that will diminish, or this is just an illusion, this is not real. Yet still you will be able to experience that peace of mind which you have been looking for. So that is your mool svabhava, that having a peace of mind is your mool svabhava. No, that is what you will experience in your life. That is what is worth. And then you like this experience that. So it is like that everywhere that Jala is same. In the Jalapura, there is nothing like this. Jal different, that water is different. It is same like that only, that Chidarupa. Inside and outside, you experience that, and then say, hey, this everywhere in the Svargalokas, those gods, and the Partalokas, those Asura, are here itself as the Bhuloka, entire Prani Srishti, all these people, and in there, all the Vyavaras, the activities that they keep doing, and they experience this Priti, Krodha, Yuddha, all these things, the anger, all these different things, Jaya, Parajaya, winning or something, etc., etc. So many emotions, and then running after that, all these activities that people are entitled into, and because of that kala, they really become fed up, and they really become vyakul in that. No? So like that, just like a drawing that has been made on the wall, you think that this is just like a thing, just like that, don't get into this. No? So like that, the moment you think like this, that sankalpa, that will diminish, and all these things will drop off, and then you will really experience that Muni Sharira. You will really understand that, like that Vidyadhara, you become the one like that Shiva, become the one like that Brahma, and that is what is Aja, Nitya, Jnana Swarupa, that seed of all knowing is present in that. You become like that. Establish yourself into that bliss, that Anandamaya. Ni nirmit anandru. No, it is not something which is created. No? Nirvishaya, nitya, something which is there, eternal in nature. You become like that. You be like that. Stay like that. That is where the chapter number 91 concludes. This is where the Bhushund tells this knowledge to Vidyadhara, and this is what is he tells. This is what I told to Vaashishtha. Vidyadhara tells to the Vaashishtha the story of this Vidyadhara, and now the same thing is being told by Vaashishtha Muni to Prabhu Ramchandraji. We are also going through it, listening to it. Having said that, I would like to take a pause. मैं वाणी को यहाँ पे रोक लेता हूँ. I would like to hand out this session to all of you. Or kindly ask if any questions are there, and if you'd like to express yourself, you are welcome to do so. Over to you all. Jai Gurudev. The unmute option is been made available. You will be able to unmute yourself and speak. Yes, Ramaji, would you like to say something? Please go ahead.
If our Vivek is awake, then we can't entangled in outside world. Am I right?
Yes, that's the wonderful takeaway. Today's takeaway is that. Yes.
That. Because there are various attractions in the outside world. Various attractions. In our day-to-day life, there are various attractions. We have the options what to choose and what not to choose. Okay. In that period, from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m., when I join in this session, there are various attractions in this TV, in our ladies club, in our various attractions. But I choose that session only because it awake my mind and it awake my vivek. What should do and what not should do. So always awake your vivek, intellect or vivek or mind. And another thing I feel that the enlightened persons are doing all the worldly activities only for lok sangraha. That is means welfare of the world, like Vivekananda, Ramakrishna, and all other persons, various persons, memorable persons, and also our Guruji are doing all these things for lok sangraha, that is welfare of our world, not for his own desire. He has no desire. Guruji has no desire. Vivekananda had no desire to do things for his own satisfaction. He only do, and that is the opening of schools, blind schools, Vedanta society, and various actions, various welfare. I can't list about them, but I think that they only do for lok sangraha.
You're absolutely to the point, Maji. Yes, they just do just for the sake of people, so that they also can make themselves free, come out of this. People are grumbling, people are complaining, people are unhappy for no reasons. They have everything, yet they are grumbling. So they really need to get out of that sorrow and really establish into the peace. Will experience that happiness. These are the reasons why the saints, like Uday Shri Ravi Shankarji and all the other names, Vivekananda and all other saints, they keep doing their activities. That
Peace is not very far from us. Peace is not very far from us. We should know to control our self-control, and peace will automatically come to my mind.
I agree. It's not there somewhere outside. Yeah. It's there within you.
One small example I can give you. One small example that there is a society in Kolkata when ladies are showing that they will do for good, they will do good for others, but when we meet with them, they then only gossiping there. Nothing is. So I became aloof from them, and I am happy in my home, and I join all the sessions from morning to night.
That's really good. You have chosen a very right path, Ramaji. That is really wonderful. Mostly, would you like to say something?
No, sir.
Okay, I hear it. Okay, that was really wonderful takeaways expressed by Ramaji. Anybody else would like to express their takeaways? Anything that you'd like to contribute or speak or ask? You're welcome to do that. If not, then we'll conclude our today's session. We'll pause our session today, and so that we can meet tomorrow. Jai Gurudev.